I have seen a lot of Packer games. A lot. Like, I don't miss Packer games. I haven't missed any Packer game in over a decade. And truly, I can't think of a single game. Maybe maybe one. Maybe one game besides this one that there was literally nothing positive to take away. There was nothing positive to take away from this game. And the only other game that I can think of that was similar was 2015 against Arizona, at Arizona. The Packers lost 38-8. I remember that game. And I just I have never seen such an embarrassment of a performance. The Packers really came out after a bye week and played like this. Before we got into garbage time in this game, the Packers had run, I think, 59 plays for 149 yards. That's less than 3 yards a play. Less than 3 yards a play. Aaron Rodgers tonight was 20 of 33 for 104 yards, an average of 3.2 yards a pass. And though I certainly don't think it's anywhere close to Aaron Rodgers' fault, or that number to be anywhere close to his fault, I will say that Rodgers we haven't seen him look like this in quite some time. Like, he just looked like he was so indecisive tonight. We've seen him like it before, I know, but I mean, he'd been playing so well. I mean, the Packers have been playing so well, and of course with the outlier game against the Chargers, but other than that, I mean, I mean, yes, the pressure was, on them all night. The Packers' offensive line was horrendous tonight, and one of the worst I've seen them in a long time. Certainly losing Brian Bulaga early helped nothing with that. Alex Light is horrific at tackle. I mean, just one of the worst I've seen. But, I mean, there was also times where, like, I'll cite this example. It was 4th and 8. Pretty much the game if the Packers didn't get it. They were down 30-8, down 22 points, early fourth quarter. Rodgers, they're sending a blitz. I mean, everyone sees it. Everyone knows it. And Rodgers, he sees it, he pump fakes, and then he just takes a sack. Like, there's no way you can't tell me that someone was open there. And I feel like he did that a lot tonight. I mean, that's not the reason the Packers lost, of course, but I felt like he hesitated a lot and then just took a sack, or he hesitated and just threw it away, or, I don't know. It just felt off. The offense was just completely off kilter all night. It's just so strange to see it like that, too. It's like, the offense up to this point in the season, like, if you throw out the Chargers game, there had been no real signs of them not being good. I mean, the Packers had been amazing, offensively. And then they just have a game like this, And, I've liked the job that Coach LaFleur has done this season, but if I'm being honest, if there was one thing I would pin this game on, it has to be the coaching, because honestly, this wasn't a good coached game by the Packers. It was not a good coached game by Coach LaFleur at all. The play calling was horrific. I mean, there was too many times where you just knew it was coming, and yeah, in the second half of games when you're down by that as many as the Packers were, you're going to get predictable at times. But in the first half even, I mean, the Packers had a 4th and 1 when they were down 10-0, I think. And they were in 49ers territory, and they handed the ball off out of the shotgun. They ran a draw. Why Why in the world would you run that play? And the fact that the Packers just look so bad, I mean, I just can't help but pin that on the coaching. Like, how can you not be prepared for this game? How can you come out and look that bad? Like, is it the players just not being up for the game, or is it the coach not being well enough prepared? I mean, I just don't know. Or maybe it's the fact that, Kyle Shanahan and Mike LaFleur, who's his brother, on the other side just knew him too well. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But that's beside the point, really. The fact of the matter is the Packers looked horrific tonight. Like I said, one of the worst I've ever seen them. I've never seen them that bad, except for one time. Like I said, um, they're still 8-3 though, which obviously is really positive. I mean, this wasn't a make or break your season loss. Of course, now you're sitting at the 3 seed instead of being a top 2 seed in the league. But of course, San Francisco is probably going to lose to at least once or twice more, and same with the Saints. So there still is an outside chance the Packers can get a top 2 seed, but of course you're gonna have to get some help along the way, and of course you're also gonna have to go on the road in Minnesota and win that game. And the way the Packers have looked on the road this season, that is certainly not a guarantee. But there's still a reason for optimism, of course. I mean, the Packers had a couple of really shitty performances, but there's a reason that they play 16 games in the NFL and that they have the playoffs. One game doesn't really define your season, and hopefully the Packers can bounce back. They've got a light schedule coming up, so at New York next week, and then coming back home versus the Redskins. But hopefully the Packers can right the ship and finish the season strong. I'm hoping for 12-4, 13-3. It's still very, very possible. Don't get me wrong. So, with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Really, really tough loss tonight. Really hard to really be positive or anything, but the season certainly isn't over, and there's still a chance, for the Packers to make something happen this year. So, with that being said, thanks for watching, guys. I would say leave a comment, but I mean, of course, it's all going to be negative reactions, so why even say that? But thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and go Pack Go.